Hello, welcome back. Um, Welcome to Embrace the Moment. My name is Judith. It's been a while since I've been on here. On September 14th, I had a gastric bypass surgery to correct severe GERD. My acid reflux was so bad that it was affecting my esophagus. Um, so I had the surgery more to keep the acid from coming up than to lose weight. I mean, weight loss is a plus, but that's not why I had it. Um, and I've had some struggles since then. Um, Not really feeling up to doing a lot of anything. Um, but in saying all that, I've been doing some thinking about the direction of this channel and where it's supposed to go, where I want it to go. Um, I feel like what I started out to do with the channel and then quickly changed it to something else that I thought would be more positive really wasn't where I was supposed to be going with this. So I'm still working on, how I'm going to do this and what I'm going to do. But I wanted to come on here today because I just wanted to share. Since having the surgery, I was first on clear liquids, then full liquids, then soft, solid foods. But I started having issues. I also had I had a hiatal hernia, and they repaired that. So I've been having a lot of chest discomfort, like when I eat or drink things, a lot of nausea, a lot of abdominal pain. And I talked to my surgeon. I talked to the physician assistant in the office. I've talked to my primary doctors. I've talked to other doctors. I went to the emergency room one time. Did not get seen because they thought I was just there for drugs. So, but everybody else who came in there with minor things that, they could have just put an ice pack on or whatever, they got seen. But anyway, I was having such severe pain the day I went to the hospital that I thought I was having a heart attack. Chest pain, pressure, pain in my back, pain in my left shoulder, going up into my neck. They thought I was faking. I took care of that with the hospital. They wanted me to do a review on Google Maps, and I did. And the hospital contacted me, and we're so sorry. If you ever come back, no, you ain't gonna worry about me. I can be dying. I'm not going back to that hospital. I'm not gonna say which hospital it is, but it's in Washington D.C. Not going back. I don't care. Paramedics can drop me off on the side of the road. I don't care. I'm not going back to that hospital. Um, but trying to maintain my fluid intake and what they want me to take, and having the surgeon say one thing and the primary care saying something else, and the PA saying something and the dietitian saying something. It's too much. It's too much. And considering I did not go into this procedure as a weight loss person, weight loss candidate or patient, I just feel like the dietitian don't know. She just don't know, and just plucked my nerves so bad today that I just had to say something. First of all, you have a person who, yeah, they're trained in nutrition. They're trained to tell people how to eat and what to eat. Um, but if you've never been a bariatric patient, if you've never gone through the struggle, you don't know. You can read all the books you want. You can take all the classes you want. But if you've never been through something, you can't tell somebody who's going through it. What? What are you telling me? You tell me drink more protein shakes. And I'm telling you, I can't drink the protein shakes. They make me sick. You know, the PA said, or physician assistant is a PA. The PA said, well, don't drink them. If they're making you sick, why would you take something that's going to make you sick? Why would you continually ingest a substance that is going to harm you? Well, you can have the Premier Clear. No, I cannot. It has sucralose in it, and it causes me to have migraines. Well, you can have the. Why do you keep telling me to have whey protein? Why do you, if I'm telling you whey protein products are making me sick, why do you want me to keep having them? That's just dumb. Then you say, well, you can't have sugar. You can have a sugar substitute. So now you want me to put artificial crap in my body. Really? So I'm going to put artificial sweeteners, which have been shown to cause cancer and heart disease and all this other stuff. You want me to put those in my body as opposed to sugar. Well, sugar makes you gain weight. So does sucralose. Because sucralose is a sugar base where they take the sugar alcohol out and put chlorine in it. If you don't believe me, look it up. It causes diabetes. It causes weight gain. It causes digestive issues. Messes with your stomach, messes with your digestive tract, intestines, colon, all of that. But that product, that substance is in nearly every bariatric supplement. It's in the vitamins, it's in the protein shakes, it's in the protein supplements, it's in everything. And then they wonder why people who have the surgery, only 5% of the people who have bariatric surgery are successful in keeping the weight off. Because you tell us to take these substances, these items that have this in it. And then when we get diabetes and everything, oh, it's because you weren't eating right. Really? So you're telling me now, coming up on the holidays, I have to stay on stage 2, which is soft foods and liquids. I'm telling you that there's something wrong with me. I had a CT scan done of my abdomen and my pelvis. My organs look okay, but there's fluid floating around in my abdomen. Oh, well, it's probably a side effect of the surgery. No other tests are done. They notice on that they can see my heart, and I have a cyst on my heart. So you're worried about that cyst and scrambling to get me to see my primary so I can get another CT scan so I can, so you can make sure my heart's okay. But you're not worrying about the fact that I could have a leakage in one of these little staple things that you put in me, and the reason I'm bloated up and my abdomen is sore and bloated is because I'm full of fluid, and you don't know where the fluid's coming from. Oh, well, we'll get around to doing endoscopy on you. Okay, well, the endoscopy isn't going to see my abdominal cavity. It might say, oh yeah, we see a little teeny hole. Yeah, okay, let's go patch it up. But when's that going to be? It's been weeks, and I still haven't heard back about that appointment. I'm done. I don't feel that I need to continue dealing with people who don't care. The medical system in this country is horrible. And in the District of Columbia, if you are not a certain type of person, if you're not a certain skin color or a certain gender, you're just out of luck. Black women are out of luck. Now, technically, to correct the GERD, I really didn't have to have the bypass. Just correct the hiatal hernia, because part of my stomach was up in my chest. It could have just done that. Excuse me. But then I'm trying to tell them, these knowledgeable people, I can't do ABC because this is what happens. Well, do this. I just said I can't do that. Well, we don't see any reason why you can't, because this is what happens when I do this. I tell you, I can't have protein shakes. I can't have things with sucralose. I can't have whey protein. Well, plant protein doesn't give you enough. She told me I can't have meat. What do you want me to do? All the things you're telling me to do, I've already told you. I've tried. I just can't do it. But that's what you want me to do. Then, I tell you that I can have fluids, liquids, soup, broth, water, tea, as long as it's ice cold or really hot. So you get the unflavored protein powder and just put it in with your beverages. But don't put it in with the hot stuff, because if it's too hot, it'll break down the protein. Okay. You want me to get 48 to 64 ounces of fluid every day. And you tell me to take the cap off of a water bottle and fill it up. And sip, sip, sip. Fill up. Sip, sip, sip. Do you know how long it would take me to get 48 ounces of fluid? Sip, sip, sip. Sip, sip, sip. When I'm telling you that me drinking fluid is not what's causing the chest pain. Then you tell me to eat certain foods, and I tell you when I eat them, I get dumping syndrome. Oh, well, you're not chewing them well enough, or you're not listening to your cues. That's when to stop eating. 2 mouthfuls? Not even a whole mouthful. I use my granddaughter's spoons and forks. She's a toddler. She's 2. I eat off her plates, out of her bowls, because they're small. I can't even eat a whole egg, a whole scrambled egg. But, well, a tablespoon of food. A tablespoon of food. And if I have something, chew it till it's almost liquid. Well, what is the sense? I gotta chew it until it's liquefied? Then I might as well just have liquids, right? Oh, yeah. And even though it says I can have chicken breast gets caught. Can't have chicken breast. Have chicken thigh. Oh, that has too much fat. No, we don't want you to have that. What do you want me to do? And you telling me, sip, sip, sip. Sip, sip, sip. But yet you want me to have an 11-ounce bottle of a protein shake in an hour. You want me to eat whatever I can eat in 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, I have to stop eating. But you want me to get the protein. We don't want you to be malnourished. It would take me longer than 20 minutes to eat a meal on a regular basis prior to this. So, I'm going to eat an ounce of food at a time. Oh, okay. So I'm supposed to get 60 to 80 grams of protein eating an ounce of food. And then I have the doctor telling me eat 6 small meals and a dietitian telling me eat 3 meals. Well, how do you expect me to get what I'm supposed to get in 3 meals when I can only eat a tablespoon of food at a time? They give me a piece of paper. It says all these foods I can eat. Then she said, oh no, don't eat that. Oh no, don't eat that. Oh no, don't eat that. But it's on the list you gave me. Why did you give me the list? Why did you write notes on the list? Why did you highlight the list before you even met me, sweetie? Do you know anything about my culture? Do you know anything about how we eat? Do you know anything about how we prepare our meals? Do you know anything about me? You just gonna go by what that book that you read said, or what some professor you had said, and gonna make decisions on my life without even talking to me, without even having a conversation where you sit and use the 2 ears God gave you to listen. Gee. The one thing I do know, you can't learn anything if you don't listen. If you're just using this and never listening, how do you learn? And if you've never experienced this, you can read all you want. It's like reading a book about childcare and then telling a person who has 5 kids what she needs to do with her children. You don't have any. You read a book. And you read a book written by somebody who didn't have children. But they're going to tell you how to raise your child. You can't tell somebody something. You can't teach anybody something if you never experienced it. Some things you could teach math. Because somewhere along the line, you had to learn that math, right? Certain subjects you can teach. Life lessons, you can't teach a life lesson if you never lived it. That's just my opinion. Everything is my opinion. But what I know, I know. I know I'm not putting artificial nothing in this 60-year-old body. I will reduce certain foods, but I'm not going to. Here's another thing. Read a label. Read a label. Are you aware that low-fat mayonnaise has more sodium in it than regular mayonnaise? Are you aware that low-fat yogurt, non-fat yogurt, has more sweetener in it, sugars, than regular yogurt? See, because when you take fat out, and fat gives flavor, and you take it out, you got to put something else in to give these things flavor. So you may have to put more sugar. You may have to put more salt, sodium. You have to do something. You give it a flavor. That's how things are sold. That's how they're made. I spent a lot of time in the grocery store reading labels. My mom was diabetic. She had kidney disease. I had to read the labels. When I had my first bariatric surgery in order to lose weight in 2017, I read labels. I would spend over an hour at the grocery store reading labels. Gotta be careful. You can't just take somebody's word for what we need to be doing in our lives. Can't do it. Gotta do the research ourselves. And I really don't think that this dietitian I spoke to understands why I had the surgery. I didn't have it because the sleeve didn't work. I had it because the sleeve caused me harm. Making my stomach smaller caused it to be able to go up through my diaphragm, where my esophagus was pushed up, where acid was able to reach the opening, the upper opening in my stomach. And caused me harm. Also, I could lose weight to have surgery on my knee, which, by the way, I never had, because once I lost the weight, the orthopedic surgeon said, "Oh, well, you lost the weight, so you really don't need the surgery on your knee." Yeah. So now I have a problem. It's hard for me to walk, hard for me to exercise, hard for me to do a lot of things. I'm sitting here with a cup of tomato soup that it's getting cold. I don't even want it now. It's what's getting hard. I don't know. I overcooked it. I don't know what I did. I don't know. I'm just a little fed up. I'm tired of people not listening to me. I'm tired of people thinking that everybody is the same. Everybody is the same, and what works for one is going to work for everybody. It's not. So what works for Sally Mae isn't going to work for Judith. What works for Mabel may not work for Abigail. What works for someone who's 23 definitely is not going to work for somebody who's 60. Our hormones aren't the same. Our metabolism isn't the same. So you want to put me on an 80-calorie diet. I mean, not 80 calories, 800-calorie diet. But expect me to get 80 milligrams of protein, or 80 grams of protein, and 64 ounces of fluid. Yeah. I don't know. It is what it is. I heard something about a week or two ago that says when a woman says it is what it is, that means she's done. I'm pretty much done. I'm pretty much done. So, on a positive note, I'm going to do what I got to do to make myself healthy again, because all these things that they've been telling me to do have caused me harm, have made me weak, have made me sick. And I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do with this channel, where it's going to go. I don't want it to be venting. I don't want it to be fake. I don't want it to be phony. I don't want to sit here like everything is okay and just smile. And, yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. It's not going to be a cooking channel. Because my kitchen is too small. I just, it's not going to be a makeup channel because, as you can see, I don't wear makeup. I don't know. We'll see where it goes. We'll see what I come up with. But in the meantime, and in between time, take care of yourself. Love yourself. Stay connected with your family. Those that want to stay connected to you. Be mindful of your mental health. Be mindful of yourself and what you need in this life. Love you. Hang in there. Until next time.